There's something about parenting that I love so much. No one will really teach you how to parent, really. You will have to figure it out yourself. And this experience I'm about to share is something that I have figured out myself through my own experience. The question is, when your kids do something wrong, what is your intention? Is it for you to correct them or for you to punish them? Whatever your answer is, depends what your reactions will be. Welcome to today's episode. Today, let's talk about parenting. In terms of when your children does something wrong, what is your intention? Or what is your first reaction? Is your reaction about correction or is it about punishment? I think that most of us have been doing it so wrong all this time. We have been doing it so wrong because for some reason, I just found out that most of the time, 85% of the time, I've always punished my kids for what they have done wrong. It was maybe I intended to correct them, but I took it in a route of punishment. And that is a reason for this episode. For me as a mother, I thought I was trying to correct them, but it was more of punishment. And let me tell you how these two are different. When your child goes wrong, if your intention is to correct them, you are more kind, you are more intentional, your voice is very calm, you are just generously showing grace to that child. And the ways and manner in which you do it is what differentiates punishment from correction. Like I said, when you want to correct a child, you are more peaceful, you are more gentle, you are more understanding. You are trying to see the reason why that child didn't get it right the first time. You are trying to see the reason why, or you're trying to see how you can improve that child. You're trying to correct that child so that this same mistake would never happen again. You are corrected with love, with so much love, that the next time that child try, or when something like that is about to happen, the child just remembers your voice in his or her head. But 100% of the time, we punish our kids instead of correcting them. And for some reason, I know that mothers go through a lot of stress. Let me not just say mothers. Parents are going through a lot of stress right now. How to make ends meet, how to meet our financial needs, how to meet our goals. Just so many things are stressing us up right now. So when once a child just falters, when once a child does something wrong, our first instinct is punishment. Let me tell you why. You see that time that you yell, you see that time you're always shouting, you don't just shout, you're cursing. Even some of us end up hitting that child. That is no way. That does not resemble correction in any way. For me, that is punishment. So the next time that your child does something wrong, ask yourself, do I really want to correct this child? Or do I want to punish that child? Whatever your answer will be will determine the approach you're going to take. So as parents, please, the next time that your child defaults, the next time that your child does something wrong, the next time that your child is careless about something, trust me, you will be more intentional about correcting that child than punishing that child. Let me tell you the disadvantage of punishing a child instead of correcting. That child would never really know what you're even talking about. 100% of the time that you are yelling, the child is not getting what you're saying. The child is even more confused than how he was the first time. He is not getting, but is it that time that you maybe he breaks a plate or he does something wrong and you go and you say, why were you this careless? And you pack it up and do all of that, clean up, and much later you call him to ask what really happened. When the child is explaining, that child is observing your reactions, your body movements, your everything, okay? The energy you give at that time that child is explaining is what makes everything different. That kindness that you're showing, just that listening ear, telling the child that I am here for you no matter what. I will not despise you. This is too little for me to despise you. And the next time the child is about to do the dishes or handle the dishes, that child will handle it more carefully than if you yell. I don't think that child is going to remember, I don't know, but I feel like parenting with love, parenting with kindness, Parenting with understanding goes a long way, other than parenting with yelling and hitting and yelling. Most of the time, the reason why we yell on our kids, I would just say, it's transfer of aggression. We are just carrying out our frustration on those kids, the poor innocent kids. Maybe you went out and your day didn't go well, or maybe you lost a contract, or whatever it is. That child will have to suffer for it. It doesn't have to be so. So the next time your child does something wrong, please remember parenting with love, parenting with understanding, parenting with kindness. It's more productive than anything that you can ever think of. Let me tell you, there are sometimes that we hear on the news that a 5-year-old did that, a 10-year-old that did that. I don't want to mention what they did, but you'll be thinking, who raised this child? That is a child that was raised in an environment where it's so toxic. This toxic environment that we always talk about, it comes from yelling. It comes from every time unhappiness from the parents. It comes from every little thing is a big deal for you. You are always yelling. Sometimes the punishment does not match the offense. Have you ever thought that before? When you are so extreme with your kids, when you're trying to punish them, they just broke a plate, but you are so extreme. That is just you carrying out your frustration. Like I would say again, the next time your child does something wrong, please, your intention should be correcting that child, trying to understand why that child did that. I'm trying to explain to the child why he or she should not do that again. These are your children. Your children, like they always say, is the mirror through which the world can see you. When the world look at your children, they can tell if these children were well brought up, are well fed, are well trained, are they coming from a place of love or a place of hatred. You need to see how some kids exhibit wickedness. Those are kids raised from a very toxic home, a home where there is zero peace. And I don't think that is what we want for our kids. Think about the 9 months and think about the day of the labor. Think about all you went through. You want to give it your all as a parent. Recently, I just found out that you may have 5 siblings. 5 of you will have 5 different experiences from the same home. 5 of you will experience your parents differently, but yet you were raised in the same home. Do you know why that happens? There are some kids that they know how to get you, they know how to talk. They just know the right things to say. So it's very hard for you to say no to them. You just find out that they have your mumu button. So you're always very kind to them. And there are some other of your kids that maybe they don't have the same strategy. You find out that you're always saying no to them. So when the other child is saying, oh, mommy is a very kind woman. Oh, dad is a very nice man. The other kid is like, where is this one coming from? When one child is saying, I have an awesome childhood, the other kids will like, which home are you talking about? Because I didn't get an awesome childhood. So let's be intentional towards raising our kids. Whatever you do for Mr. A, try to do it for Mr. B with love, kindness, and understanding. That is all I'm trying to say. This is parenting 101. I must say that. Once you begin your parenting journey with love, understanding, and kindness, you're going to raise a very, very awesome kids out there that everyone who will experience your kids will know that you have done a great job to humanity. Because if you don't raise a good child, if you don't raise a child with love and kindness and understanding, and you raise a child with bitterness, yelling, everybody will feel the wrath of that child. And that is why you will hear that a child will go to school with a gun and someone else's child will get hurt by it. Because whether you like it or not, a better society starts from the home. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next episode.